Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm always right. Since the 80s and wasn't always cool, especially with the ladies. I was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules, selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up, sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarette butts. Years go by and I got sick. Stage 4 lymphoma, how'd I get this shit? Lucky to be alive, so I changed my ways. I'm on that good life tip today. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Baby, we can have it all. We can make love by the waterfalls. I'm living that good life after all.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Bleaves. This is my show, Bedtime with Bleaves, even though I put Breakfast with Bleaves. There, we'll change it up there. And this is my boy. For those of you that don't know, my boy passed away today, and he was a good boy. He protected everything below the kneecaps for everybody in the house for a lot of time, and he was a good boy. So tonight we're saying goodbye to Briggs, and we're gonna do a little bit of checking in on some of the markets, and then I'm gonna leave early because he was my boy. So that's all I can really say. But first, we've seen a breakout. The breakout did not happen to the side that we wanted it to happen. We saw this massive amount of red over here. Now, I want to say that what is happening right now in the crypto market is defying the natural quote-unquote order of things at the moment. And when something like this happens, when you see a situation like this happening, there's usually a really good reason. Now, it is possible that these amount of good days that we had right here on the Dow Jones, it's very possible that those Dow Jones numbers were just exceedingly good, and people pulled more money out of their risk assets because they thought it would be an easy play to ape back into the Dow Jones. Now, the Dow needs about 3 or 4 more days of really solid, good movement to the upside before we really get convinced that the Dow is going to do anything other than, look at it where it is right now. So, get up to the top. Get up to the top of this channel over the next couple days, and then maybe we'll start talking about, the possibility exists that we're going to have some kind of breakout to an upside. But at this point, we're not having that, but we are moving in a positive direction. And the reason that we're moving in a positive direction in the Dow is because, in case you guys did not see it, this is out of control. This is one of the biggest things that you've seen in a while on an earnings report. Netflix, remember, Netflix lost 1 million subscribers in the first quarter, and people were talking about it's the end of Netflix. Netflix reported third quarter September earnings of $3.10 per share on revenue of $7.9 billion. The estimate was $2.11 per share on $7.8 billion. Earnings Whisperer had it at $2.31. So a massive amount of earnings per share for Netflix, beating by far its estimates here. The company said it expects fourth quarter earnings of approximately 36 cents per share on revenue of $7.7 billion. The current consensus earning estimate is $1.12 per share on revenue of $8 billion in the quarter, but they are reducing that and saying that they're expecting this. So it's bad news with lower guidance, but they absolutely crushed, and I mean out of the park, what they were trying to hit here. And then as you go through here, Interactive Brokers beats. CNB also beat. It didn't beat the earnings whisperer request, but it beat. Horizon didn't beat, but it was very close. Middlefield Bank, same thing, didn't beat, but it was close. JB Hunt beat. That's transportation, which means that we're probably starting to see some more positives in the transportation field. That's always a good sign. Intuitive Surge beats. Omnicom beats. United Airlines beats. Wintrust Financial, 221 per share. The consensus was 211 per share, so it crushed its total. FNB, First National Bank, reported 39 cents per share on 425 million off 36 and 363. Listen, guys, there is reason to just everybody now has to take a step back and just consider that maybe this recession is not going to be nearly as bad as what we're really thinking. Now, I'm thinking that thank you, JJ. I'm thinking that this recession should be much worse. No matter what anybody thinks, this recession should have already stretched a little bit deeper, and it's not going deeper. It's still we still have a huge number of jobs. We still have massive earnings. We've had some pull down in some of the people and their guesstimates on their earnings, but what it really says right now is that retail is still thriving, even when it should not be. Maybe foods, maybe restaurants. Maybe those there are some places that probably should still be thriving, but you're still seeing travel. You're seeing all of these different things. They're still they're still kind of flying, and it defies explanation. And like Matty B is saying, I'm sure, yes, they cooked the books. They started cooking the books years ago. When something doesn't add up right, they just changed the way that it's calculated. Unemployment used to be an unemployment number, a true unemployment number, but then people were out of the workforce, and the consideration was we have to count for husbands and wives or a spouse that doesn't work. Does that really count? So your unemployment rate was not higher. It was just people that had taken themselves out of the workforce. Well, that's what a lot of people are still doing, and it used to be that was a symbol of pride, but when we do it today, somebody's cooking the books, right? It used to be that the number was a little bit more accurate, but now when it's convenient, we argue, high school kids. Why don't all the high school kids have jobs like that? Those are numbers that they're not in the unemployment number, but those are number that comes up in the overall employment numbers, and people like to parade them out and drag them out and show them to everybody in order to justify. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on; everybody does it. You know what I mean? It's not it's a political football is all that is. So what we're seeing is just we're not seeing what we should be seeing. Now we are seeing, and let me rephrase that. We're seeing exactly what we should be seeing. We're seeing this downward momentum. We're seeing this downward push, but we're not getting it the way that we thought we should be getting it. As you can see right now, we're sitting here on the downside of this with a red candle and 22 minutes left. Oh, that's a daily candle. Look at that. Let's swap over here. So we're sitting here with a bunch of red candles. Again, these red candles just kind of defy expectations unless you consider that it's just the money coming out of the market going into the Dow Jones temporarily. And you hear it all the time. People always say, well, I'm going to go invest in this, then I'm going to bring my money back. And that may well be. So that might be, what we end up seeing. And at any moment now, we get just a little bit of a lift off on crypto and something better than where we are. Something better than where we are. It takes a lot to it takes a lot to not move crypto. You know what I'm saying? It really takes a lot. And I think that some people smarter than me with more time than me are probably going to be looking at whale wallets. over the next couple days, trying to figure out why does it feel like things are being artificially suppressed. Generally speaking, if you have 600 points to the positive on the Dow Jones and you follow it up with 340 points on the Dow Jones to the upside, crypto doesn't suffer. So something is going on that's attempting to spook the crypto market. Now, we can say that it's the potential for regulation. We can say that there's and I'm sure if we come over here and kind of look at news, we'll look at Deutsche Bank searched by German prosecutors. Who gives a shit? Twitter reportedly locks employees' stock accounts as the deal is moving closer. Who gives a shit? That's not going to wreck crypto, right? OneCoin ex-employee faces money laundering charges by German court. Who gives a shit? Doesn't have anything to do with Bitcoin, right? Can Bitcoin reach 22.7 in the next 2 weeks? There's nothing out here that looks like it's causing a problem in cryptocurrency. And that means, generally speaking, that you're looking at some kind of whale action and you're looking at somebody manipulating the market. And, there's plenty of data places that you can go to kind of look and just get a kind of a pie in the sky sort of idea. You can see right here on October, we are down 1% right now for the month, off of months that were 40%, 28%, 10%. We're getting that every 4-year cycle, even though this is not a cyclical chart. Like the chart doesn't make any sense cyclically speaking, but we're still seeing it. So we may end up getting, we may end up getting a red one, but it's also just 0.1%. So it's entirely possible that we turn on a dime and get a nice big pump going, by the end of the month. And the signs look like we should be getting a move. So, we'll look at it over the next day or two. We'll kind of longs versus shorts in their positions. You can see this is 24 hours. You can see right here that most people are going short right now. So, Bitcoin definitely, but Binance, there's a lot of shorts being taken right now. Kraken, on the other hand, and Bitfinex are in the positive on this right now. So a little mix up in the market. Nobody knows exactly which way they're going. But I mean, you can see here that the shorts are out in full force. And we're approaching the weekend. Maybe we'll see. I don't know what's going to be liquidated. I'll kind of look and see, what the liquidations are looking like. There's just not a lot. I mean, Binance has 2 million in liquidations on longs and 344 on shorts. These longs, so here's the thing, right? If shorts got liquidated for 673, and longs got liquidated for 3 million, then that means that the longs are getting just wrecked, right? So what is it that's counter to the rest of this market? Because if you had made a long a week ago when this was down here, you're thinking that this market is about to go, and here you're having a crash instead of a run. So there's something underlying in the market that's causing this all to happen. So I don't know, man. It's we'll see. I mean, we'll see how the markets play out. We're going to see. We're going to be catching it live at 8 every day. So, and by the way, quant. Here's your quant. If you were wondering, it's down to 50% retracement. So if you're looking for an opportune buy-in, you can see right here all of this little choppiness and consolidation right there. And by the way, that was a symmetrical triangle that broke out into that big run right there. So it's back down here and it's in this position. So I would you could consider that if the market turns, then this is your spot. If it doesn't, then your spot is going to be right here at 172, 173. That's going to be the spot. So, make your play and decide which one you're going to do. And you don't have to be perfect about it. So You never have to be perfect. You just have to know when it's down and when it looks like it's ready to go back up. And if the volume is still there, if everything is still there, then a whole bunch of people are taking their profits right now, and then it's going to be getting ready to make another move. So, maybe it will, and maybe it'll look pretty good. And then we're going to close this out with so Ethereum is at 1303. It's struggling still. And you can see here through this chart over here, you've got WAGMI at 3124, feeling the stress, but they are on iOS now. It's only a matter of time before we get a big announcement. Hulk's at 4464, MMAI is at 2410, Terra 7930, Saitama 1097. Saitama might add another zero. DeConnect is 1180, pretty steady at 1180. Swing Dow is at 1883 right now. Swing Dow, by the way, had a masterful sort of launch. 2.8 million market cap. Big green candles for the last couple of days. I think the high here was 29 something, 29.13. Yeah, the high here was 29.13. So it went from 40.21 with 3 zeros to 29.13 with 2 zeros, and that's a pretty good sign. And 137,000 in volume in the 24-hour period. So very good overall result over here. Volt, it looked like had just a big struggle today. Again, with the rest of the market, you were seeing it just kind of buckle under some of that pressure, and now it looks like it's going to start to turn the corner and make its way back. It's these markets are crazy sometimes. So, but yeah, that's where everything is. It's just a little bit of struggle right now. I think this really gives me a feeling right now that we're probably going to start seeing some upside to hit this market over the next day or two. You can only keep it down for so long. You only get wrecked so many times. And if they're wrecking these longs by triggering stop losses, then to push the price down in order to meet shorts, then at some point the longs are going to fight back and the bulls are going to take control and they're going to get back in charge. So we're good here. Luna Classic, by the way, if you are checking this out right here, there's probably some more downside to it. I would, my guess is that we're probably looking at a dip to 23 if we don't have some sort of news. And these guys have got to work. And with apologies, guys, I know some of you come in here and you want to know what's going on with Luna Classic, and I can't tell you what's going on with Luna Classic today because my dog passed away, and I was a little bit sidetracked with what was going on with my dog for the day. So I don't have any updates from Terra Rebels. When I get off here, I promise you, I'm going to lay down and I'm going to get into Discord. I'm going to figure out what's going on. But really, there's no announcement. There's no gigantic announcement for the moment that's going to do anything other than making a decision on whether USTN, USTC, big decisions, by the way, big decisions, but they're not ready to make those decisions yet, because it's got to go to consent. It's got to be the community does it or it doesn't get done, right? So we'll see what the voting brings about, but it kind of looks like it's just tired. I would say that it's due still, even with this. Like, I would say that it's still due for an upside move. We need a catalyst, and I don't see a catalyst out there. It's going to push it up. Like, what we need is we need somebody like CZ Binance to come out with some support. We need KuCoin to come out with some support. All we need is a little bit of support. Just somebody come out here and say something positive that's in a position to move the needle, and the needle's going to move. I mean, listen, we're consolidating in a place that we shouldn't even be consolidating in. We should literally be consolidating down here at 1280. So there's a lot of people that are holding on to very big bags, just waiting for that moment so that they can reap the rewards, so to speak. But to confirm over here, I'm at my delegation is 10,647,169. We now have 10,000 more that's been done. I have 169 USTC. Everything is everything, dog. So, but anyway, that's it, guys. I am going to go. I'm going to go hang out for a little while. I appreciate everybody for coming in, especially because I said tonight this was going to be about my dog. He's if you ever been here, if you've been here for any length of time, then you will know him. He's been coughing in the background. He had a collapsed trachea. He was not doing very well. He had the collapsed trachea. He was he was feeling it. He was feeling it. He started getting worse. The other day, he didn't want to come up and down the stairs anymore. So, I had to carry him, and I mean, he was in good spirits. He was in good spirits, but yesterday and today, when he was breathing, he couldn't breathe, and his bottom jaw was just quivering, and he was sticking his tongue out, trying to breathe, and he just couldn't anymore. So, maybe him and his little brother are back together, and anyway, thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you for coming out, especially on a night like tonight. It means a lot. I love each and every one of you. This is not financial advice. My name is Bleaves. I'm always right, and we will see you guys again in the morning, and we'll all be in a better place then. Have a good night, guys.